Hey, Michael Govier here. Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo, Fantasy Baseball Podcast. I am live. I wanted to do an episode with Deary, but it's Easter and people have lives. I asked a lot of people to jump on with me, but unfortunately, everyone's very busy. So here I am, all by myself, going alone. We are live streaming right now, so if you have any comments or questions about FAAB bids or anything you saw opening day weekend, you could drop it right here. Drop them like it's hot. Don't forget, it's Palazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah, give me 2.
Always giving you 2. That's what I do here. Right now, I'm watching Chris Davinsky try to get his first save in a long time. It's been a minute since the Chris Davinsky days in Houston, where I was very excited to watch him pitch. He was a good pitcher. He had something to offer. He had the dual eligibility, as I recall. He was a starter and a reliever, and if he got saves, those were bonuses back in the day when he was with Houston. Now he's resurfaced. He had a great spring. He impressed enough. Now here he is. Looks like he's going to get the save. He's only got 1 out so far. 2 outs to go here. Chris Davinsky on the hill. Hae-Sung Kim at the plate. One of my favorites. A guy that dropped in a lot of drafts. I like him. I like Kim a lot. I think there's value there. Playing time's always a problem because the Padres are loaded. That's clearly an issue. But I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to freak out about that. I'm happy that I get the opportunity just to talk about baseball. So, FAAB bids. See, it's 7:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now, and I'm putting in a bunch of my FAAB bids already. I've been thinking a lot about this. It's tough. It's difficult because there's players I don't want to give up on yet, but there's also players that I want to get my hands on. So it's complicated, to say the least. I'm concerned about certain players. I don't know if it's the right move long-term or not, but hey, I got to take the shot. You got to call your own shot. And in the end, that's what I'm doing here. As far as FAAB bids, I'm looking at guys like Chris Davinsky for sure, because I need closers. We always need closers. Who doesn't need more closers? There's always a closer crisis, to be sure. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time because Periscope is gone. Periscope is no more. And that means I'm not on Twitter live anymore, which is really dumb. So I'm trying to figure out how I can share being live on Twitter so people can check in on this. It's really confusing. Our life has been made much more difficult because Periscope went away. Yes, I'm sad and depressed, but I'll get over it. Don't worry. I'm not. Oh, I can hear myself. I don't want to hear myself. I'm not sad and depressed. I'm just kidding. I just want to get this right so people can hop on and say hello. Ba-doo-ba-doo. This makes for really boring live entertainment. I know that, and I apologize. But I'm just trying to type in that I am live, and I want to share with people. Fantasy baseball. That's right. We're talking fantasy baseball here. So, what is going on here? What about your shit? This is conspiracy against me today. That's what this is. Oh. All right, here we go. Anyways, I forgot to put the link in when I did. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess. There's one person watching. Somehow somebody found this. Anyways, so we're talking about FAAB bids and what we saw this weekend. I got to tell you right now, one thing I noticed this weekend is that Gavin Lux in the leadoff spot in LA. Woo! I would love to have some. Oh, here we go. Hello there. Hi. How's it going? Viable Clan member checking. That's a hell of a name, Viable Clan member, I must say. I am talking about baseball. What are you doing, Viable Clan member? Viable Clan member is currently the only person in the room commenting. I don't know if that means what I think it means. I hope it doesn't mean what I think it means. Anyways, there's a lot of clans out there, so I won't make any assumptions. But Gavin Lux, he's from the UK. You're from the UK. You don't know what baseball is. It's a thing with a baseball. They throw it at a bat. Woo! You might call it cricket. We call it baseball. Anyways, Fernando Tatis. Holy shit balls. Looks like he just unloaded on one. Chris Davinsky, hold the phone. Wow. Maybe, well, that'll happen. There's 2 outs. Chris Davinsky's got 1 out away from getting this save. Worse pitchers than him, or better pitchers than him, have given up home runs to Fernando Tatis, so I wouldn't sweat it. There it is. That's the final out there, and the Padres go down to the Diamondbacks. Now we're going to see Shohei Ohtani tonight going head-to-head against Dylan Cease on Sunday Night Baseball. It's going to be a great time. Really looking forward to that. Anyways, Gavin Lux. I was really impressed. If he's going to be the leadoff hitter all the time, it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to love it. It's going to be amazing. So I got to make sure I get my ass on some more Gavin Lux shares if I can. If I were you, I would try to acquire him. If you're in Dynasty, you already have him and you're holding him. Me, I need to get more. I drafted Gavin Lux in my main event, and that was awesome. That made my day. And I feel really good about that pick now, when I initially was a little bit skeptical because I just didn't know if he would get the playing time. But I had to trust in the talent would win the day, and I think that's what we're seeing now. Gavin Lux is going to have a breakout season. It's going to be fantastic. Let's see here. Alex Verdugo and the Red Sox were horrible. That's one thing that stood out. Baltimore just took it to them opening weekend. It was a Travis-mockery, if you will. Didn't go as planned for the Red Sox. They've had better days. I feel like Baltimore is going to do one of those things where they get off to a really hot start, but they're still going to have a shit season. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Baltimore will get off to a hot start. Cesar Valdez has 2 saves already. Cesar Valdez has 2 saves, and people are excited. Pick up Cesar Valdez. Pick up Cesar Valdez. No. I got to tell you, that's the kind of guy, yes, he got 2 saves over the weekend, but he's 36 years old. He's not going to last, okay? He's not going to be around. Trust me, it's not going to work out. This is what's frustrating about opening weekend. People want to jump to conclusions. You freak out and you panic. And that is just not a way to win championships. You're not going to be a winner panicking. You got to remain calm and chill to the next episode, as they say. And the frustrating thing about some of these situations, like the Orioles are not a good team. They're not. I love watching the Orioles play, and I love the Orioles being good. My Maryland roots, taking it back to the glory days in Maryland. I loved going to Camden Yards. I remember I saw Mike Clevenger. Mike Clevenger was on Cleveland at the time, and he threw a complete game shutout in like 2 hours. It was like under 2 hours. It was amazing. It blew my mind. I was very impressed that day. It was early April, and I think Clevenger really opened my eyes that day. Oh, here he is. Mark Kiefer's here. Hey, what's up, Mark? He tops out at 85. I am pumped to see the drops this week. All right, Mark, good call. Good call. Who tops out at 85? What was that, Mark? You talking about Davinsky? I don't know. Or Cesar Valdez, right? Probably you're talking about Valdez. At any rate, my Tigers have a mess in the outfield. I was talking about this in my private chat with some of the bigwigs in the Battle of the Podcast Season 2. Utah. Season 2.
Utah. Give me 2.
And we're always talking baseball in that thread. It's a great thread. It's a privilege for me. Yes. It's a privilege for me to be in that thread and talk with Matt Williams and John L. and Toby and Eric Cross and so on and so forth. But they were asking me about the Tigers outfield, and I'm like, I got nothing for you. It's a damn mess. We got no clear answers there. Akil Baddoo hit a home run today in his first major league at bat. Home run! Long gone! Man, I love this kid. He brings a lot of excitement to the team. But I actually give credit to AJ Hinch. He's really united this team. I think they really respect him. And I know the whole Houston cheating thing. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that happened. That was a thing. But he wasn't the ringleader of it. And I think AJ Hinch will be someone that's going to make a difference with this squad. He can look them in the eyes, and they know he's a winner, regardless of what happened with the trash cans and all that bullshit. So at any rate, that outfield's a mess, though. Grossman's walking a lot. I like Reyes to get more playing time as well. Nomar Mazara hit a home run over the weekend, so it's like, what do we do here? What's the deal with all these outfielders? It's a mess. Mark, you're on the live stream. Mark, who are you targeting? Give us somebody to target for FAAB bids. Someone, or you don't want to give your secrets away, I'm sure. Because Mark by the way, Mark has his own podcast. I've been on it before. Me and Mark sat down and talked about life. It was great. Fantastic. So you should check it out. Roto State of Mind with Mark Kiefer. Please follow his show. Mark's a good guy, and he supported our show, and we definitely want to support his. Mark says AJ Hinch Down with underground methods? Oh, come on. Get out of here. Buzzers, whistles, and pine tar. Disrespectful. Do not be disrespectful to the new Tigers manager. We love him here. He's already won over the town. We're in love with AJ Hinch. All right, so I want to show you guys. I'll share the screen here. This is more live than podcast oriented. I'm just going to share one of my teams. This is my home league. Here we go. Bloop. All right, so you should be able to see. This is my squad in my home league. It is a head-to-head 14-team league, 5x5, OBP instead of average, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's standard issue. And we have keepers, so it's keep forever, but the keeper amount rotates. So this year we kept 8. After this season's over, we'll keep 10, and then it'll go back down to 8, and then 6 the year after that. It rotates basically from 10 to 6 every year or so. This weekend has not been good for me because I had a couple guys who haven't been able to play. Jeff McNeil, a no-go. Alex Verdugo was terrible. The whole Red Sox stunk. Brady Singer today was a big disappointment. It was frustrating. I admit that. I love Brady Singer, and I drafted him heavily this season. One start does not a season make. So Brady Singer gets roughed up by the Texas Rangers. It'll happen. Maybe he was nervous. It's his first start of 2021. Who knows? Shit happens. So I'm not really worried about it, but it was not a good look. He still had the velocity. Everything else looked good. It just got some bad breaks too. There were a few squeezed calls, so don't panic on Singer. Remain calm. Adam Ottavino came up in mop-up duty in an 11-3 game. I don't know what that says. Does that say, hey, you're not the closer and we could care less about you? I'm not so sure what it says, but it definitely is frustrating because I believe that Ottavino would be the guy over Barnes. And that's still, we don't even have a whiff of what's going on there yet because the Orioles demolished the Red Sox so clearly and efficiently. Man, the Orioles looked fantastic over the weekend. I don't know how the hell that happened. The Red Sox? Trash. Total trash, Red Sox. Mark Kiefer's chiming in. He says, my teams are pretty good, though. Romo is my underground bid. Ooh. Yeah, I was talking about for a few bucks, sure. I was talking about that Oakland situation, Mark, and it's got me confused because you got Diekman, you got Romo, you got Wendelken. Trevor Rosenthal is on the IL, shoulder issues. You know, I'm not surprised that happened either. I avoided Rosenthal because I just thought he was too good last year, and he came back after he was kind of left for dead in his career. And now he was being relied on by the A's to be their stud closer this year. And he's immediately on the IL. That's a buzzkill. But there's not a clear guy in Oakland right now. And that's a place where I said on my FAAB video, which I did earlier, you can throw a couple bucks on Romo or Wendelken or Diekman. I don't think Diekman is a true closer at all. Diekman never has been. He's always been kind of a specialist guy, in my opinion. But, you know, he could prove me wrong. Who's to say? But Wendelken's the wild card. If Wendelken could be the guy that some people think he is, then that's the guy you want to target. And I'm sure that in Dynasty Leagues, some people have shares of JB Wendelken. I don't have any myself. But I think, yeah, Diekman's a lefty too. Good point, Mark. Yeah, that's another reason why. But I don't always subscribe to the fact that, hey, a closer's got to be a righty. A lefty could be more vulnerable. That's not always the case. We've had great lefty closers. Billy Wagner was fantastic. First lefty that comes to mind. At any rate, bullpens are a mess. And this is another example of why I don't like drafting closers high. Someone else might take the approach on the other side and say, well, this is exactly why I draft Josh Hader, because I know what I'm getting for sure. But even with Josh Hader, you don't know. He could be traded. He could be gone. And then you've invested a top 60 pick in somebody who's not giving you the return that you were depending on. This is the problem with that. This is why I've never drafted closers high, and I never will. And I'm sure people smarter than me trying to do that this season might be proven right in the long run of this season. But after one weekend, after 4 days of baseball, it is clear to me that Diego Castillo was super cheap, and you can get a ton of return on him. I got him after the 300th pick or later several times in drafts, and he got 2 saves over the weekend, and he looks to be the clear, now that Nick Anderson's out, the clear go-to guy there. I really do. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Mark says, I have a team with Jansen and Iglesias. Those are yeah, he says he feels okay about it. That's not bad. Yeah, Jansen and Iglesias. Jansen, I avoided. I didn't draft him at all. I was just worried that he was going downhill. But he's definitely on a team that's going to get a ton of save opportunities. So maybe I should have been a little bit more open to drafting him. It's just where his ADP was a little too high for me. It was in the 110 range, 110, 120-ish. I just didn't want to go there. But I could be wrong about that. Mark says he grabbed Reyes late in his main event draft, which is the NFBC's main event, for those of you that don't know. I'm also in the main event this year, and I'm very excited about that. Opening day. Mike Schilt, Cardinals manager, basically says, yeah, Alex Reyes, he's going to be our 9th inning guy now. Just like that. Just on opening day, all of a sudden. I swear these people are fucking with us. They are. They are totally messing with us. Jordan Romano looks like to be the clear guy when Kirby Yates goes down in Toronto. Nope. Hey, guess what? It's Merriweather time. Julian Merriweather's the guy. Woohoo! So I swear that these managers, they're having a laugh at our expense. They're still putting in quality players to get the job done on their roster, but they're not telegraphing everything when it comes to closers. And there are so many guys you already could have picked up. Chris Davinsky, Merriweather, Valdez. Those are 3 guys that you could have picked up on the wire after the fact and filled your save void, at least so far. Don't draft closers early. Don't draft closers early. I need my own song about it, Just don't do it.
This is such a crock of shit.
So, at any rate, that's my opinion on that. Mark Kiefer says, embrace the unknown. Hell yeah, dude. I'm down with you. Let's get wild. Let's get weird with it. I got a lot of my FAAB bids in for certain leagues. I got a couple more I want to tidy up here. It's 7:41 Eastern time on the East Coast here. Sunday night, it's Easter Sunday. For those of you that are down with the funk, Godspeed to you all. And for my Jewish brethren out there, I hope you had a wonderful Passover recently. I know I did. It was a great time. Horseradish and lettuce, good times. Let's take a look at my main event team, because this is where the big money's at. I want to share it with you. I want to be honest, open, ethical, true to the gizame, as it says. So I'll share my screen once again, and we'll head on over there. Oh, I didn't want to show that. Sorry. All right, so here's my team, for those of you that can see it. And let's take a look at the next playing period, Monday, April 5th. So let's go down top to bottom. Tyler Stevenson, I still feel good about that. He was sent down, but then he was brought back up because somebody went on the IL. Francisco Mejia, he got a nice bunt hit, I saw. He took advantage of the shift on him against the Marlins, and he got on base with a bunt. That's positive. That's a hit. I'll take it. Freddie Freeman, not much going on with Atlanta so far. It was a pretty dead series between Philly and Atlanta in terms of offense. Pitching looked great, though. Ian Anderson, by the way, this is something I owe. I owe the shout-out and a debt of gratitude to Eric Cross, my tag team partner in crime. We're both partners on a tag team league that is run by Maddie Wood, Maddie Davis, of course. Shout out to Maddie. Hope you're doing well out there. But Eric talked me into Ian Anderson when we did our draft. And I was suspect of him. But after me and Eric talked it over and he made his case, I opened my mind to him. And now I'm all in on Ian Anderson. I love it. And what we saw from him over the weekend looked pretty damn good, did it not? Yes, embrace the unknown. Okay. Oh, we're in the vortex of hell. So those are good times in the Ian Anderson world. Gavin Lux is my second baseman. I already talked about him at the top of the show. Gavin Lux leading off in LA. That's a godsend. That's going to be a game changer. I'm going to get a huge ass return on Gavin Lux if he starts leading off on the reg. That's going to be such a game changer. Marcus Semien looked fantastic in Toronto. He had a game with 2 steals and a home run. That's the kind of production we were looking for from him. Yohan Moncada, he had a decent first game, but he did have the 0 for 5. What are they calling it? I believe the platinum sombrero, because he struck out 5 times. 5 damn times. Come on, Yohan, you got to do better than that. So that's
Utah, give me 2. Utah, give me 2.
+1. So that's 5. Yohan Moncada struck out 5 times in one game. Starling Marte, he looked great. I watched the Marlins in depth over the weekend. He had a triple. He was crushing the ball. He was making good contact. He's getting on base. I have no doubts that Starling Marte is going to return excellent value this year. Nick Solak, not much to speak of this first weekend. He was kind of so-so. Nothing awful, nothing amazing. But I'm happy I have Solak, no regrets. Ian Happ hit a bomb today. That was good news. That was especially good news after he got benched the day before, and I was getting pissed. I'm like, why are we benching Ian Happ already for Jake Marisnik? Come on! That bummed me out a little bit, but he came back here on Sunday and he hit a bomb. Adam Eaton hit a home run in his first game with the White Sox. First game back with the White Sox after being on the Nationals and being a part of that trade that brought Lucas Giolito to the White Sox. Now Adam Eaton is back, hitting in the 2-hole. That's right.
Utah, give me 2.
It just works for everything. I got to use it. And I was really, really happy with what I saw from him. It shows me that already, barring an injury, of course, which could ruin everything and derail all hope for Adam Eaton. Barring injury, Adam Eaton is going to have a great season, and I feel so good about that. David Dahl, this is where I feel like my main event team has hope because David Dahl looks fantastic. We all know David Dahl can hit. That's never been in question. Coors Field wasn't inflated. We may have thought that a little bit, but we still knew that David Dahl was a supreme talent. It was just injury after injury after injury after injury after injury. Just like Byron Buxton. In fact, you got Byron Buxton and you got David Dahl. Two guys who are always injured, right? But then, when do you trade them? They look great to start this season. Do you jump on the trade value because you know they're going to get hurt eventually? Or do you hold on and enjoy the ride? That's one of the big questions, I think, out of the opening weekend. David Dahl looks great, and he's hitting on a team that's going to hit a lot. The Rangers have total faith in him. It looks like David Dahl will play every day, but he's a ticking time bomb. So I bet he was picked up in a lot of leagues that have waiver wire free agency, which you can do daily moves. But for FAAB bids, I bet Dahl's out there, and there's going to be some decent bids on Dahl depending on league size. Probably 12-team leagues, more likely, because he was usually drafted in 15-team leagues like this one, the main event. Let's see if there's any comments. No more comments. Okay, great, cool. Anyways, Yandy Diaz, he crushed the ball this weekend. I loved what I saw of him. He got a few bad breaks. He hit one really hard to center field against the Marlins it would have been gone in anywhere else in the ballpark, except he hit it to dead center, and he was out. But I know that Yandy Diaz will be good. Brandon Lau, I like Brandon Lau. He had a slow start to this weekend. Who cares? Miguel Cabrera hit that home run in the snow. I was loving that. That was fantastic. That made my day. And the Tigers won 2 games against Cleveland. Not bad. Not bad at all. And Miggy is going to get that first base eligibility. It's really going to help his value going forward. Right now in this league, in NFBC, he's utility only. Lucas Giolito, he looked good in his first start against the Angels. I got no beef there. Corbin Burns looked amazing against the Twins. Burns and Barrios went head-to-head on a possible no-nos. That was very impressive. And I'm really glad I drafted Corbin Burns now. I was questioning it, and I know my friend Dave McDonald out there, less than Dave, part of the Rotosaurus. Dave is not a fan of Burns. He probably would have took a Rosarina, which is an option I had when Burns was drafted in this league in the main event. But I took Burns because I just think he's progressing. I had a lot of innings pitch concerns about him coming into the season, but once I saw him in spring and after everything I saw last year and the growth I've seen, there's just no doubt he's ascending to an elite talent. Innings pitch could still be an issue, but whatever he gives me in the innings that he does pitch is going to be fantastic. So I don't think I'll really regret it. Karinchak, not much going on there. It was chaos. There was no save opportunities because Cleveland got roasted by my Tigers twice, and then they beat Tigers' ass today 9-3. So that's pointless. But Aaron Savale threw a great outing today against the Tigers to give Cleveland their first win of the season. So I'm really glad I took a chance on Savale. That's my first Savale share of any league, and I don't think I'll regret it. Kohei Arihara, he looked all right. He wasn't amazing, but he wasn't bad against the Royals. He gave 5 innings, and it was doable. Not a lot of strikeouts, but he didn't give up a bunch of runs. It was a middling start. I already mentioned Brady Singer. He looked terrible today, but that happens. Ryan Yarbrough looked fantastic, but they pulled him after 65 pitches, so that was a waste of time. But he had 65 wonderful pitches thrown, and as soon as he was pulled out of the game, the Rays took the lead. That's too bad. Taylor Rogers, not much to say so far in the series between Minnesota and Milwaukee with Taylor. He pitched 1 inning, and I think he struck out the side. He looked really damn good. No save opportunity, though. Colomé got the save yesterday. Archie Bradley, again, it looks like Hector Neris could be the guy, so I might end up dropping Bradley, but I'm not going to panic just yet. This is one of the situations where we got to slow down, wait it out, see what happens here. I don't want to make a move that I'll regret later. Luis Urias, he looks great, and I know they want to give him all the opportunity in the world, so I'm loving what I saw of him today. He had 2 walks and a base hit today. That's what he does. He gets on base. He's really great for OBP leagues and walk leagues. So trust me, Luis Urias, that's a guy I mentioned in the FAAB video I really like. Jeff McNeil, well, we know what happened there. That was nothing. Ahmed Rosario got kind of screwed too. Ben Gamel was playing more in center than him. That pissed me off. Hai-Sung Kim had a nice outing yesterday. He got to start in the outfield, so he's going to get that outfield eligibility to add to shortstop. Matt Bush, I don't know what to do there yet. He gave up a run and no save opportunity yet. I might drop him, but because I don't know. I think there's chaos in that bullpen anyways, and there'll be other options, like a Chris Davinsky if he's available. And Adrian Hauser, he had a decent outing today. He looked good, but then his bullpen let him down, so that's a buzzkill. All right, there it is. That's my main event team, and those are the updates on all the players on my main event team. Baseball is here. I'm loving it. I'm excited. I got to go now because it's time for me to do the first day pod with my lovely Canadian girlfriend, Leanne. Hello. I just wanted to hop on, talk quickly about some opening day thoughts. I had to get them out now. I just couldn't wait any longer. Opening day analysis, some FAAB bid opportunities, so on and so forth. You can always come here to this channel, subscribe to it, because Periscope no longer exists. No more Periscope on Twitter. So please, sub our YouTube channel at Palazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah, give me 2.
And that's great. Thanks, everybody. Good to catch up with you. Great to have baseball back. I'm so excited. I'm loving every minute of it. Don't forget to go to rotofanatic.com and check out Mike Carter, Mr. Doctor's latest closing remarks. Breaks down all the bullpens for you. You're going to need that help, trust me. And that'll do it. I'll catch you on the flip side.